Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I am driving this. This is the Volkswagen Polo 1.8. Yes, it's completely modified, running a Laura engine and has been modified like crazy even in terms of cosmetics. This ain't no slip up, my friends. Okay, this is the key of the vehicle which has been modified to, says R-Line right there, and this wheel actually improves the aerodynamics of this car. Just kidding. Anyways, let's do one thing. Let's open the engine bay, and here you see this hydraulic struts have been added here. There's no insulation, but these vents are functional. That is the heart of the matter. A 1.8 liter TSI engine which is finished in red with the VW logo, although there should be the Skoda logo there. Now it has got a cold air intake, and you can see the piping is absolutely bonkers, but somehow there's some amount of space here which is kind of nice. Anyways, let's do one thing. Let's shut this. बहुत प्यार से करेंगे. Usually हम इतने प्यार से नहीं करते, but today I'm just going to do it with a lot of love, and there it is. So these vents are functional on this car, which is also impressive. Now the stock car was actually a Volkswagen Polo GT TSI with a 1.2 liter engine, for which the owner actually spent to modify it, and then further to get it to this level, making it one of the fastest cars in India in terms of quarter mile time, 0 to 100. I think we'll talk about that later. Anyways, it gets the blackened VW logo, sort of a gold line there. Lot of cosmetic updates specifically to the lights, which seem to come from the GTI. You can see the red on the inside, beautiful DRLs, dynamic swipe indicators as well, and you get this piano black eyelid too. Lot of piano black, lot of black on this car, but it's not about cosmetics, to be really honest. You can see the car has been lowered, but because the wheelbase is not long, not much of an issue in terms of ground clearance or in terms of clearing speed breakers. The wheels are bigger. You can see there's absolutely no space here. That's obnoxious, and someone is really making a lot of noise. Come on dude, chill now. Okay, KTM guys always ruin their day. Anyways, you can see 225, 45, 17 is the size of the tires. Upgraded brakes, upgraded suspension as well. You can see red colored brake calipers and golden colored wheels. Yes, a lot of stickering here and there. In fact, it gets a black and color roof as well. But since this is I'm trying to search for the key. Since this is a Volkswagen Polo, let's do one thing. Let's press the button and put all the windows up. You know why? Because we can, but we can't in the latest VW Skoda cars. That's why I was like just enjoying this feature at the moment. Now it doesn't get a rear disc, and rear disc conversion hasn't happened either, but there you can see the suspension, the springs and all have been revised on this car. Uses bliss-in suspension, and the tail lights have been revised as well. So these again are aftermarket units. Says R-Line here, again blackened VW logo, nice spoiler, that golden sort of a treatment. Looks very purposeful. In fact, it gets sort of a diffuser treatment right here, and these are not Akrapovic exhausts. However, they get this sort of a finishing. I think it uses a Bodla end can. Dual exhaust, Faisal Khan's fingers of truth, will not mess with them because they are real AF. In fact, it spooks smoke when you turn it on and rev the nuts out. Okay, you get rear parking sensors, but I can't find a rear parking camera. Let's do one thing. Let's open the boot of the vehicle, and I have actually locked the car. I'm so stupid. So here, just going to unlock the car. Yeah, and there you can see the boot. Thing is that the boot is occupied by the audio system. In fact, the battery has been shifted here. That's the reason why the boot kind of felt empty. Lot of additional VW logos. No, there's just one, just in case. Okay, this is actually the one for the boot. Nice to play around with. There is the subwoofer. So yeah, this all is removed when they go drag racing, of course. And this is so tinted, you can't see anything in the inside rear view mirror, so you really don't care if it's auto dimming or not. R-Line, no, it doesn't make that sound. That's me making that sound. Okay, the rear seat is as useless as it has always been, but the center passenger does not get a head in this car, like always. And there's a hump in the center. We really don't care about the rear seat experience because no one's going to sit in the rear seat. And this is so chintu mintu. In fact, if you sit at the rear seat or in the rear seat, you're definitely going to vomit. Take my word for it. Now, it's got this blind spot mirror here. It's got ambient light which kind of is turned on all the time. It's like never turns off. Seats feel comfortable, VW logo here. In fact, leather seats and stuff like that. GT TSI, the donor car of course. And get this red treatment. Now this red treatment is kind of different. It's not like a fabric or something. It's like plastic. That's okay. Red finishing here, around the AC vents. There's a boost gauge as well. This is the MK7 GTI steering wheel with paddle shifters along with the instrument cluster also. Thankfully, I think we do get a dead pedal, sort of. Now, I'll have to do one thing. First and foremost, let's turn off the indicators. Let's turn on the car. So here's the key. I have to actually turn on the car so that I can open the windows. Yeah, it's not much space, to be honest. And listen to this. Okay, there's a full swipe up, of course. This is, it says renew key battery. Okay, don't give me all this panic attack all the time. Here you can see the instrument cluster is from the GTI. Looks really nice. And let's turn it on. Listen to this, okay? Oh my god, that really kind of rose to life. You're going to keep the windows open because I can't see anything. It's so dark. There is the Polo, which seems like the the MPI 1.2 MPI, which was sold. I'm just kidding, but it doesn't seem to have alloy wheels. Red finishing here as well. You can't see anything here because you can see it's so freaking dark. Red colored seat belts as well, and yeah, this is, I mean, a lot of hard plastics. This comes from an Audi RS gear lever and has sort of a Polo matte red color on the handbrake as well. So Polo is written right there. So just to remind you which car this is, look at the size of the paddle shifters. It's obnoxiously long, if I may, but this is not something you really care about. Okay, this is also nicely finished. Yeah, I like the finishing on the roof liner. I like the finishing here, which is sort of a piano black on the door handles as well. You really need a lot of door handles. The wiring could have been a bit hidden, I would say. But anyways, car is really impressive. I think it's more of a sleeper on the inside than it is on the outside. Okay, let's listen to the horn. Yeah, that's decent enough. Says GTI right there. Listen to the revving of this engine. Oh my god, this is also different. Yeah, this is different. The way the accelerator pedal has been done. Soft limiter, get in, yo! In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get into reverse right now. Yeah, there is no reverse park. Oh, there is a reverse parking camera. I could hear something, some sort of a noise or sound. I think it's hidden somewhere. We shall find out later. Anyways, let's do one thing. Let's start driving because that's what really matters, no? Oh, okay, we turn on the car. Kind of rose to life. And here we are into gear. Handbrake down and off we go. So first and foremost, what I feel is that the throttle position is a little, rather the accelerator pedal is a little higher up because the pedal has been changed. You can see it's kind of refined, very refined as such. You don't realize that what a beast it is underneath. Doors auto lock. Oh my god, it's such a sweet sound when I'm driving it very sedately. Okay, the steering doesn't feel heavy as such. That's kind of surprising. I thought it would be like really heavy considering the way the tires and the suspension has been done on this car. And we'll use the horn. Yeah, horn is also fine, but I'm just having an issue with the positioning of the accelerator pedal. Kind of reminds me of the Lamborghini Aventador, which also had a very messy accelerator pedal. And before I already know, we are already doing 40 kilometers per hour. It's that sweet sound coming from the engine somehow. Okay, now that's the surprising part. I'm already in sport mode now, so we're going to get into drive mode. Yeah, manual control of things also available. First and foremost, let's just talk about what are the changes to this car. So this was actually a 1.2 liter TSI engine which was powering this car. It has been upgraded to a 1.8 liter TSI engine from the Skoda Laura, and it has been tuned. So yeah, upgraded maps for more power around. We'll talk about the power later. Intercooler is bigger, turbo is bigger, and it has got a slew of other hardware changes along with software changes to produce 330 horsepower and 480 Newton meters of torque. You know what's that? That is almost double than the stock output. If I put it into perspective, the stock Laura, I don't remember how much it came with, but the stock Octavia 1.8 came with 180 horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque. The GTI, which was sold in India, made 12 horsepower more, 192 horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque. So this one is like a whole lot more. Of course, you know what? The fenders of this car have also been modified and made widened so that the wheels actually fit in properly, and the bigger wheels really help in putting all that power down because it is obviously a front wheel drive car. You can see there's no issue in terms of ground clearance, but you realize every time when driving sedately, there is a monster lurking right ahead. We're going to launch it in a bit, but before that, oh my goodness, I can feel the rear step out. How can a rear step out in a front wheel drive car like this? Absolutely no clue at all, but we are going to give it all the beans to see how it really performs. And okay, steering kind of weighs up. You know, the suspension of the Polo is slightly on the softer side. The steering is also kind of loose, but here things are a lot different. My goodness, at 90 kilometers per hour, the traction control light is blinking. This is what we are talking about. Madness to say the least. Absolutely bonkers. What the hell is this, yeah? And this is the moment you have been waiting for. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor into sport mode. my goodness, it absolutely launches, traction control light blinking all the time. But I don't know why it went into manual mode. Technically I didn't press anything, so we're going to get into drive mode, we're going to get into sport mode again, and we're going to get another chance to launch right here. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor. Seven and a half thousand almost, but trust me on this, it's not in manual mode. It's holding on to a gear around 7,500 RPM and then upshifting. So it's taking some time. There's a delay between shifts. That's kind of surprising. I have to manually do it. It's robbing time there. So I think the gearbox has to be sorted out a bit. Now this is an upgraded gearbox. The stock car obviously uses the DQ200, the 1.2 TSI. This one is using a DQ250, and it is fast with shifts only if it shifts. It doesn't shift between first and second. It's like waiting there at 7,500 RPM for me to do something. Oh my god, absolutely bonkers acceleration, pulls so strongly. This engine is maddening to say the least. Okay, in a light car as the Polo, it pulls like a javelin throw, and the traction control light is continuously blinking. I was thinking that when you put all that power down, you get on the accelerator, the wheels will come off because of wheel spin, but no. This car manages freaking. I have to hold the steering wheel really hard, and now I feel that the handling could be better because so much power. The car is moving all over the place. It's absolutely crazy the way it accelerates. Wow, absolutely amazing performance. And every time you get onto the accelerator, there's a massive smile on your face as well. Just that gearbox lag needs to be sorted out. Otherwise, this car really puts all that power down beautifully well, like fantastically well to say the least. You know what? If you modify any other car, let's take for example a Hyundai i20 N line, it should be able to take all that because they have a proper Hyundai i20N. But just imagine doing all these mods in a Maruti Baleno RS. Every time you accelerate with 300 horsepower, the chassis will only break, because this is the reason why a Polo is a Polo. It's made to withstand that amount of grunt. It's made for high speed performance. Top speed I think is around maybe 250 kilometers per hour. What an engine, what performance, absolutely bonkers. It kills it in terms of 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. I think it takes around 5.5 seconds, which is blisteringly quick, almost 1.5 seconds faster than the GTI. And left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, and off we go. I accidentally turned on the wipers, but trust me on this, performance is bonkers. And you know what's the funny thing? The funny thing is that it doesn't have any launch control of sorts. Still, it's so fast, because what happens is I think the gearbox and everything has been tuned in a way not to really blast off the line in order to save the gearbox probably. Otherwise, this thing will absolutely wreak havoc everywhere. So they have tuned it in a way where the gearbox doesn't really let it launch very aggressively, and that's something which I've noticed with almost all VW cars. Firstly, there's no launch control, and secondly, there's that lag when you get off the line, which is kind of blunting the performance slightly, but who really cares, because the performance is absolutely maddening. Yeah, what performance, bonkers. So finally we have some guts. Traction control off. Let's see what it got. It was wheel spinning till 80 kilometers per hour. That's what happens when you turn off traction control. But I'm surprised it did not wheel spin as much as I would have expected it to. Still manages to put all that power down, which begs the question, should you go and modify your car like this, like absolutely next level? If you have the money, definitely yes. A Polo is a Polo is a Polo is a Polo, because a Polo can do this. Holy moly, I have to hold the steering wheel so hard. I've never done that in any car, whether it's a Ferrari. But here, you know, it is just going to go right, left and center because of the level of performance, and then it kind of revs fast as well. The engine sounds nice, the motor also sounds nice. It has this bassy aura to it, or whatever you want to call it, but still it sounds... Yeah, you know what is the fuel efficiency of this car? When you drive it like a nutcase, it's between 3 to 4 kilometers per liter. But drive it steadily, it will return around 10 kilometers per liter, which again is very impressive. So handles better than a regular Polo, doesn't ride as well as a regular Polo because of the stiffness, of course. But the engine is on another level altogether. Performance is absolutely mind-bogglingly phenomenal. And then in-car acceleration is also stonking. This is a car which puts not only a massive smile on your face, it puts a massive grin everywhere. Okay, everywhere. Okay, let's see how does it do. Yeah, baby. brakes are also very nice. Upgrade brakes. Of course, we're going to quickly open the window because something is fogging up here. Check this launch out. Hazard light off, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor, rest to 3000 RPM. It's such a freaking handful, now trust me on this. You have to really fight the steering wheel. Just too much performance, just too much power. I mean, do you really need a Polo to go absolutely bonkers? Yes, of course you need to. We're going to do one thing. We're going to get into manual mode and see how this also works. We have got paddle shifters into first gear, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor. Doesn't launch initial, not that great. Holy moly, I just saw the car go from 4000 RPM to 7000 RPM like a missile. That is how quickly it accelerates. Oh, I love this car. It's absolutely bonkers. I've driven the stock GTI, which obviously puts all that power down much better because of obviously an electronic differential and stuff like that. But here it puts it in a rather scary way, which is actually very enjoyable. You're fighting a steering wheel. You don't know what's going to happen next. Car might just stock steer from one lane to another. You fight it, the car actually gets back into line, and then you have a massive smile on your face. This is another level of fun, an expensive level of fun, but definitely something which is very unique and different as well, and that's what makes the Polo stand out from that car. All the people only buy that car. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor, 3000 RPM. I think finally the gearbox seems to be sorted right now. Directional changes are very fast as well. But listen to this, okay? I'm going to slow down and listen how the motor actually sounds when you rev it slowly. Downshift's also aggressive enough, okay? Listen. Oh my god, the sound is so smoothing. That whistle, you know why? Because otherwise you're driving so fast you can't hear anything. You're just so bothered about keeping the car in track, in line, and plus there's some amount of road noise also because of the low profile tires. However, when you drive it slowly and silently and rev it smoothly, you can hear what is that sound all about? It is absolutely crazy. This is made me love the Polo even more. That's the reason why a Polo is 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 a Polo. People turn around to see what just went by. This is an absolute level of sleeper car. Yeah, brakes are so sure-footed even without rear discs. Holy moly, I can see massive amount of smoke there. Oh my god, it's full smoking the road. That's the level of performance. My god. So guys, this is my vlog of the Volkswagen Polo 1.8 converted. But trust me, it's not a conversion, it's a reversion. It is going back to what truly belongs to this car. A massive engine, absolutely bonkers performance, which puts a great smile on your face. The level of smoke it did, my goodness, I cannot forget looking in the rearview mirror. If you like this vlog, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye-bye.